Hi everybody, this is Blue Phoenix. Some people call me Eric. It's yet again another beautiful day here in Kentucky. We're having an incredibly good streak of luck with this weather. I'm going to talk today about religion and how that relates to asexuality, or rather, can religion be the reason that I'm asexual? Because it is very relevant. A lot of the religions that we practice, like Catholicism, um, well, just Christianity in general, just says sex before marriage is a sin. Islam also teaches that. Um, Judaism, apparently, it's a little bit less serious. It's discouraged, but it's not really considered a sin. And in the Buddhist tradition, um, they're kind of against what's called sexual misconduct. So premarital sex is kind of okay as long as um, both parties are consenting and they don't have any unwanted pregnancies or they don't spread any disease, those kinds of things. So it is relevant because those teachings, maybe they get ingrained in our head, and that's what's making us asexual, right? So my personal history is I was born and raised a Catholic. My mother was Catholic, so she raised me to be Catholic. Um, I was a altar boy at the church I grew up in, and then later on became a Eucharistic minister and also did some lecturing. So I was one of the people that would read from the Bible, on Sundays or whatever. And I went to church pretty much every week all the way through college. I mean, I was really into it. I put it that way. Um, so I would say that all that religion in my life kind of masked my understanding of asexuality during high school and college. So all these people around me were going out, they were getting laid, having sex, and I just really had no interest in it. And I thought it was because, well, all these other people they weren't raised Catholic, or they were and they're being bad Catholics or whatever. And so for them, it's okay. They want to have sex because to them it's not a sin or whatever. But for me, it's like, well, I don't really care. I'll just avoid doing that because it's bad. Um, but truthfully, deep down, I was never really tempted by it either. It wasn't like, oh man, I really wish I could I could do this. But it was just that temptation was never there for me. Um, so that kind of went on all the way through college, and I actually had a life-threatening accident. Maybe that's a story for another video. But um, I had a life-threatening accident, and after that point, I kind of started thinking about my life more, and especially with spirituality. Um, for me, I felt like a lot of the rituals in church just didn't make any sense. They weren't really adding any benefit to my life, and I just kind of felt like religion was actually taking me further away from my relationship with God. So I kind of quit Catholicism, so to speak. After that, my views on premarital sex are like, yeah, that's perfectly fine. I mean, I really don't see any problem with it. I kind of believe, like the Buddhists believe, where as long as nobody's getting hurt by it, what's the harm? As long as people are getting pregnant when they don't want to, um, or spreading a horrible STD or whatever. Um, there's no harm in that, right? So I really truly believe that. So after understanding that, kind of, I guess you could say I quit Catholicism. I'm a recovering Catholic now, and um, I still don't have that desire to have sex. It's just not there, right? So I kind of understand now that um, religion wasn't gating my desire for sex. It just never was there in the first place. And I just want to backtrack and say, for those of you who are going to church and practicing religion, if that's working for you, that's great. What I hate though is when people assume that everybody should go to church. Um, I just don't believe in that. So if church is a positive experience for you and you feel connected with that community, then by all means, I have no problem with that. So basically, to kind of wrap up here, can religion, like Christianity, Islam, can that cause you to be asexual? So there's still a lot of practicing Catholics out there that do have sex outside of marriage. It happens. So why would they do that if they were asexual? Or let's see, what am I trying to say here? So that, in other words, Catholicism didn't kill their desire for sex. They still want it. And even some priests will break their vow of celibacy, to have sex because they have that desire deep within them. It's not that they're bad Catholics; it's just that they have this urge to have sex. That's all. Um, so I think really it's just you're born that way, and just because you grew up with a certain set of beliefs, believing that sex might have been wrong, I don't think that can cause you to be asexual. The, the reason it's difficult for Catholics, practicing Catholics, or any practitioner of any religion that says premarital sex is bad, it should be tempting for them. It should be difficult for them to forego sex. That's part of why the rule is there. Although originally it was kind of like, well, all these people are going out and having sex. They're having a lot of unwanted pregnancies, spreading a lot of disease back in the time, in the day when Catholicism was still in its infancy. Those were big problems, right? So teaching your followers that they shouldn't do those things is kind of a preventative measure. Um, so basically, I would say that no, if Catholicism cannot cause you to be asexual. It can cause you to be celibate, where you're foregoing sex because you think it's wrong, and that's okay. Um, but to say that that completely erases your desire for sex, I don't buy it. So that's my opinion anyway. Let me know if you have any other opinions of your own about religion and how it relates to asexuality in the comments. And also, please subscribe. I think I've got 12 subscribers now. So thank you. I got the dirty dozen here. So thanks for subscribing, and hope to get some more people here soon. And I guess I'll talk to you next time. And also, the shirt, very cool shirt from website Ectoplasm. You can find my albums there, if you could even read that. But yeah, look for Blue Phoenix on Ectoplasm. You can find my albums there. So anyway, I'll catch you next time. Hopefully the weather will be just as nice. We'll see. Bye.